5 days of the year, on your birthday, out in the cold and the rain and the snow. Does that sound like fun? Well, actually, it is a really cool job. You get to work with these beautiful animals all day, every day. So today, we are going to step into the rubber boots of a marine mammal trainer right here at the Vancouver Aquarium. How does that sound? Wow, very enthusiastic crowd today. Feel a lot of love right here. Can we try that one more time? Who wants to step into the boots of a marine mammal trainer? Yes! It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so we're going to discover how and why we trained the belugas here at the aquarium. So let's give our trainers a warm round of applause. They kind of, there they come. They're coming out. They're racing over to their spots. Now, you might see the belugas following them. This is actually a trained behavior. This is one of the most important behaviors. This is called stationing. It's a stationing behavior. And this is just like when you go to school. When you go to school, you go to your desk. When the bell rings, you run to your desk and you wait for the teacher to call for attendance. And you put up your hand. Well, it's the same thing the belugas are doing. They're meeting their teachers for the day, for school. So let me introduce you to our belugas and our amazing training team. To my right, we have Danielle. Danielle is working with Emac. Emac is our only male here at the Vancouver Aquarium, and he's our biggest beluga. And beside Emac, you can see Julie. Julie's working with Keela. Keela's our youngest beluga. And then over on the island, is that Keela? I can't see. No, that's Aurora. Just kidding. Haha. Julie's working with Aurora. And then on the island, we can see Neil. Neil is working with Kavna. Kavna's our oldest beluga. And the way we can tell that Kavna's the oldest is by her coloration. When belugas are born, they're born gray. As they get older, they get whiter and whiter. So she's our whitest beluga. And then way over to the back, you can see Indy. Indy's hiding behind the rock work. And Indy is working with Keela. There's Indy. Keela's our youngest beluga. She was born and conceived right here at the Vancouver Aquarium. And Aurora, second from my right, is Keela's mother. Okay, so we are going to start off first trying to figure out how we train these belugas. So you might be thinking, how do we do that? So first we're going to watch what's called a polished behavior. A polished behavior is something that the belugas know how to do. They've studied, they've taken all their tests and passed all their exams, and they know how to do that. So we're going to do a polished behavior. This behavior is actually a splashy behavior. So get ready in the splash zone, because here comes Emac. I warned you in the splash zone. Oh no, not again! One more. All right, everyone. I think Emac deserves a warm round of applause. What do you think? Did we get anybody too close? All right. Good job. Now you might be wondering, how do we get the belugas to that point? How do we get them to understand that this is what we want them to do, to swim over and splash the audience? How do we do that? Well, there's a series of events that happen. First, we teach them a hand or body signal. So we teach them what we want them to do, and you can see our trainers, you might actually get to see them do that hand signal. And then you might notice that all of our trainers have a whistle in their mouth. Now that whistle is to let the beluga know that they've done a good job. So the whistle is the bridge. It's the amount of time it takes for the beluga to do what was asked for, and then come back to the trainer for, last but not least, positive reinforcement. Now positive reinforcement can come in many forms. Now you might see all of our trainers have those nice red buckets with them today. Those buckets are filled with yummy fish and squid that the belugas like to eat, of course. So that's one form of positive reinforcement. But the belugas also like to have their heads rubbed and even like to have their tongues massaged. That's another way to give positive reinforcement to a beluga whale. So today, joining me to my right is Julie. She's going to talk to us a little more about how we train the belugas here at the aquarium.
Thanks, Carrie. I'll give everybody a wave so you can see exactly where I'm standing. Well, that behavior that instead she's probably going to get me really wet. So we're going to see how it goes today. Aurora's doing fantastic with this behavior. She understands that the hand signal means she has to flip upside down. And what we're working on now is her position in the water. So making sure she's low enough so that when we get her to swipe, she can actually kick some water. As well, we're working on that swipe and also seeing if she can maybe do 1 or 2 in a row. Now we've been using something called a target pull to help guide Aurora through this behavior. I have one just behind me. When I first started to train this behavior, I'd ask Aurora to do a tail up, which is just where they put their tails up. You can see a couple of them doing it over there right now. And then using the target pull, I'd guide her further down in the water so that her tail is in the right spot for the swiping. Well, we've now moved beyond that. I no longer need the target pull to guide her down. Instead, I'm using the target pull to get her to swipe. And Aurora's learned that a tap on the water means swipe her tail towards that tap. So I'm going to give her the hand signal for catapult, and she's going to head down under the water and see if she'll do a nice swipe for me. Not bad. And the good thing that Aurora did that time, the reason I used my whistle is because she stayed upside down. Now, like I said earlier, we're working on having her do 1 or 2 in a row. Normally what happens is if she doesn't hear that whistle on the first one, she simply comes back and stations with me just like she is now. Instead, that time she remembered she was supposed to stay upside down, which is something else I'm looking for. So I can use my whistle to say, yeah, that part of the behavior was really good. So let's see this time, maybe we'll get 2 in a row, or maybe we'll get a really nice one on that first swipe. That was pretty good. She kicked up a bit of water. So now what I'm going to do is work on getting a little bit of a bigger swipe, maybe 1 or 2 in a row. We're going to work on that for a bit. And Terry, I'll pass things back to you.
Thanks, Julie. So that's pretty cool. So you can see Aurora's actually working on the same behavior that we had Emac do at the beginning. He knows how to do it. He's been doing it for a while now. He got everybody soaked. But Aurora's just learning it. She's doing pretty good. She's getting better every day. Now, we've talked a little bit about how we train the belugas, but why? You might be wondering, well, why? Why do we train them? Well, there are a few very important reasons. One, of course, is for their health care. We want to keep our animals nice and healthy. So as you can see over there, you can see Danielle is actually giving Emac a full body checkover. They get a full physical every day. I can almost bet that these belugas have a better health care plan than any of you. It's true. They get a full physical every day. They've got on-staff vets for the slightest sniffle. They get taken care of right away. And of course, that's very important because we want to keep them nice and healthy. As well, we want to keep them physically active. The same reason we need to go to the gym or we have phys ed class at school is the same reason why belugas need to keep in good shape. So a lot of these behaviors that they learn are to keep them physically active. And of course, we don't want them to get bored, so we have lots of new activities to keep them entertained and learning new things. Sometimes they even have playtime. You can come here during the week and see them have all their toys out here, and they do have playtime where they get to play with their toys. It's lots of fun. And of course, last but not least, they're here for education, research, and conservation. The more we learn about these beautiful animals, the more we can help to protect them out in the environment. Some of the ways we can do that is by reducing our greenhouse gases. It can be as simple as turning off your light switch every time you leave a room. Or like what I like to do at my desk here at the aquarium, I just turn off my monitor every time I get up from my desk. Alright, so we've had a great chance today to step into the rubber boots of a marine mammal trainer here at the Vancouver Aquarium and learn how and why we train these animals. So now that you've learned all about positive reinforcement, we know that the next time someone does something nice for us at work or at school, we can throw some fish at them, right? No? Maybe give them a tongue rub. No? Okay. Well, maybe that doesn't work for people, but we can give them a high five, tell them thank you, or a thumbs up. How does that sound? All right, everyone. So on behalf of myself, our